Keep scrolling if you're not ready for difficult Korean grammar yet. In Korean, when do we put E after a name instead of ya? In my last video, I explained how to call someone by putting or ya after the name. And I explained that it sounds like calling someone hey, like hey Ginny. But you might have noticed that sometimes we put E after a name. Technically, we put E after a name when we're talking about them to other people or when we're combining the name and the title, like 언니, 오빠, 누나, 형. We only put E if the name is ending with a consonant. So I'll give an example with my name. Jeannie is my English name, and Chiwon is actually my Korean name. So Jeannie ends with a vowel, and Chiwon ends with a consonant, right? So if you're talking about Jeannie to someone else, then you'll just say Jeannie. Jeannie did something, whatever. But if you're talking about Chiwon, then you need to put E after my name. So like Chiwon이 did something. I like Chiwon이 or something like that. Also, if you're calling Jeannie 언니 or 누나, then you just combine the name with the title, like 지니 언니 or 지니 누나. But then if you're calling 지원 언니 or 누나, then you should combine 지원 and then E and then the title. So it will be 지원이 언니 or 지원이 누나. But one comment said you heard 혜린 calling Daniel. No, Daniel calling 혜린 혜린이. That's why I mentioned at the beginning. Technically, that's the rule. So technically, we use E when we're talking about them or when we're combining with the title. But it is true that sometimes when we're calling someone directly, we just put E after the name. 혜린이. 혜린이. But then also, that's only for the name that ends with a consonant. For example, you can say 혜린이, but then not 한이이. That just sounds awkward. We don't do that. Yeah, we don't do that. To sum up, number 1, we put E only after the names that ends with a consonant. Number 2, technically, we put E when we're talking about them or when we're combining with the title. Number 3, but we also sometimes put E after a name to call someone directly. And if you do, it kind of sounds like a joking way or like a very friendly or endearing way. So that's all for today. As you can see, if you leave a question in the comment, I will answer it. So if you have any type of questions, please leave it in the comments. Follow and stay tuned for the next video. Bye! Hi, I'm Ginny and I teach Korean.